Ready? I'd like to call the meeting to order. Everyone is present except for Denny, and Tammy is present remotely. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, republic for which it stands.
Right. So why don't we go ahead and we'll maybe approve the agenda and then get to our special presentation?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any additions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. We have a special presentation this evening.
Yes, we'd like to have a special recognition of Taylor Ledwine. Taylor, could you please come up? You can sit right there and put the mic a little bit closer to you there. Taylor, it was an exciting time in June when she won the state golf championship for AAA, and obviously we're very proud of her and her success. She was a third straight consecutive state championship we've had individually. We had Kenzie Neisen won it the past 2 years, and Taylor followed it. I've got a lot of friends that follow sports up in the cities I went to school with, and they knew who Taylor Ledwine was, and they thought it was pretty neat. And she also, this few weeks ago, wasn't too long ago, early in August, she qualified for the U.S. Amateur. Actually, her and Kenzie Neisen did. And the odds of having two people from a small town is pretty slim. So that was quite the news there. It was a great experience, and she can talk about that in a second. And so anyway, Taylor is going to be a senior. And I should mention, when she was a sophomore, she finished 6th in the state. Am I right,
Yep.
Taylor? So Taylor, why don't you just talk about experience at the state meet, winning the state, what that was like, and then also why don't you talk about the U.S. Amateur, and then maybe going into your senior year, your plans and what you're looking forward to.
Well, the state tournament was fun. Going in, I knew I had a good chance, but I don't know. I mean, you dream of winning one, but you never really think, you're going to get the opportunity. So after the first day, I started off bogey double, so I was like, oh, this is good. 3 over in 2 holes. But then I turned the round around, and I went 2 under on the next 16, so I finished 1 over. And then the girl who was my biggest competition, she went 40-32. So I was like, wow, you really need to pull it together. So the next day coming back, I was happy I didn't sleep on the lead because, you never want to, knowing everyone's chasing you. So once I got to my 16th hole, I had a double, and I just thought it was all done after that. She's shooting at 32 on her second 9. I was like, well, she's going to come out, shoot 1 or 2 over par, and then taking that double, I was like, okay, that just put you 4 over, so you just need to par out and hope that for the best. So I did, and I shot 76 the second day, and then I knew how she was kind of doing because people who were watching, were letting everyone know. So I knew with her after 12 holes, I was up 2. So then when she came in after 18, no one really knew how she did because you don't know what her score was. And then I was getting texts from people who were at home watching online, and it said, congrats, and nothing had been official there because it takes so much longer to write everything up there. And I'm like, okay, just put it up there already.
You heard it on the internet.
Yeah. So finally they put it up there, and then it said I had won. And I don't know, it's just a big relief knowing that all the hard work I put in and all the time and money my parents spent finally paid off. So then this summer, me and Kenzie, and then a girl from Wayzata and a girl from South Dakota went to a playoff at our state qualifier for the USAM. And my dad and I were talking right before the tee off, and he goes, you're the person that has the least to lose. You're going to be a senior. You're playing against a girl who went to the U.S. Open, girl who won the Big 12, and then some other girl that's in college. So we figured just be an alternate. You have a good chance to get in because the people in our field were pretty strong. So after the first tee shot, I was the farthest back, which, it's not usual because in high school I'm usually the farthest hitter, so it was kind of a weird feeling. But then we just looked at each other and said, you have to go after it. I mean, you have to put it close. You have to give yourself a chance to make it, because what else is going to happen? So I put mine about the second closest. Kenzie put hers first close, and I knew she was going to make it because, I mean, from 5 feet, Kenzie is solid. So the first two girls putted, and they put it like 5 feet by. And I was like, okay, just put it close for a tap-in par. Then they have to make theirs. Well, I think I had like a 12-footer, and I think I hit it like 7 feet. So I left myself with a 5-footer, and I was like, okay, not which one to do, but it's still makeable. So then the other two girls putted first, and they missed. So I knew the worst that could happen is we were going to go to another playoff hole. And then I made it, and I was just like, wow, I'm going to the U.S. Women's Am, which, you know, there's 156 people in the field, and they can only say that for that year they were one of them. So it was really fun to go with Kenzie, and then our friend from Wayzata went, so we've all been playing high school golf together. It's weird now because I don't really know anyone that's left, because when I started in 7th grade, it was all these big names. So now they're all in college, so it's weird. And then we went out there, and I didn't play very well, but it was a great experience. I mean, meeting all these people and people from all over the world. Like in my practice round, I played with a girl who was from the Philippines, and her name was Princess, and that's a very common name over there, I guess. You know, I asked her, I said, are you an actual princess? Because you don't know. Because her name was Princess Mary, so I was like, are you royalty over there? Should I address you some type of way? But she said, no, it's a very common name. So just learning little things like that, and then playing with girls who are already in college or who have already graduated college, and learning like what to do when you're playing college golf, you know, how to handle it, and everything was fun. But yeah, I mean, I wish I would have made it to the match play, but just saying I got to be there was a great accomplishment. And then being there with Kenzie was a lot of fun. And then for senior year, I have committed to play golf at Bradley University, which is in Peoria, Illinois. So after senior year, that's where I'll be going to play Division I golf and to either study finance, accounting, or international business.
All right, awesome.
You talked about the hard work. At what age did you decide that golf was going to be your sport, and how many hours a week do you practice?
Well, my parents decided. At 2, I got my first set of golf clubs. So, you know, I had that in basketball going. My dad coached basketball, so hours a week. In the summer, I'll have a tournament, and then it varies if how many tournaments I have a week. So I have a tournament and it all goes pretty well. You know, I'll just go home and hang out with some friends and then go back and play the next day. But if it doesn't, then I'll go to the golf course with my dad and we'll work on what I need to work on. So I'd probably say we put in 7 days. Probably at least 30, 40, sometimes 50, 60 hours a week.
Jerry wants to know if you give lessons.
There we go. I got to admit it too. I got my baseball glove, but I did not get a golf bag till I was 50. So
yeah, it's weird when people ask you like, when did you start? And you say 2, and they're like, how did you even know how to golf? I go, well, I just went out there, you know, had the little set, so just put a ball down and hack at it.
Well, apparently your parents' investment is paying off, though.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, and Taylor, just like Kenzie, I mean, besides being a great golfer, great athlete representing New Prague, as you can see, a great personality and just an all-around good person. So we're very proud of her and want to wish her the best this upcoming year. Enjoy your senior year.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we know you'll do well.
Thank you.
You bet. And for that, we're going to have you come around, shake everyone's hand. We got a little special thing for you, too.
Okay.
Start with Mr. Dvorak.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
I just want you to have, you guys just stand right behind her. Go right in the middle there. We'll take a picture. Or, yeah, right, stay back there and just, well, yeah, you go right in front. Well, have them right
You
behind
can
you.
be the star. We'll all do this around you.
No, it's not my car.
Maybe.
Chuck, can you make sure you get my good side?
All right, thank you.
Thank you again.
You bet.
Congratulations. They gave her something. Next, we have our consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. I don't think we have any board committee reports since we did policy at our last regular scheduled meeting, and Denny isn't here, unless, is there any community ed?
Yeah, on the community ed, our first meeting this fall will be September 3rd. It will be at 6 o'clock at Cedar Lake Farm, so if anybody's interested in the agenda and stuff for the rest of the year, they can come out. Everybody's invited.
Right, thank you. Superintendent updates.
Okay, we're still finishing up some construction planning. Right now, actually, they're done meeting with some of the core planning groups in regards to the CEC and middle school and the swimming pool, and begin meeting with user groups. Will be coming up here in September, and really try to finalize the plans this fall here before we go out for bids, probably right around February. We're also been meeting with the city in regards to the indoor pool, and they're taking a look at some amenities. Now, keep in mind, we have $9.3 million that's dedicated in a referendum for the pool, and they're looking at possibly adding to that figure to get a few more community-type amenities to the swimming pool. So I know they're going to be having an informational meeting coming up on September 8th, and I will attend that meeting just in case there's any questions. And we've asked them to come to an agreement by September 22nd. Their next business meeting will be on the 21st of September. So that's where we're at with that. Elementary Boundary Task Force had our second meeting last week. Basically, what we did was really look at the different options, look at the pros and cons of different options to balance the enrollment of the three elementaries. As you know, Falcon Ridge is at capacity right now, and actually Ravenstream is getting close to capacity too. So we really need to balance the enrollments, and Eagle View is about 515 students right now out of 700. So we're looking at different options. We're also, of those options right now, our next meeting, we're really focusing on, from the 2011 task force, what was supposed to be implemented in year 2, some of the distribution of students in phase 2, and that was the Highway 23 to 13 boundary, and also area that was just north of, south of town, right around Highway 29 and 164, that area there near Vesley. So we're looking at that, and again, our goal is to be as least disruptive to as few families as we can, but still being able to balance enrollment and have some flexibility with that. So, like I said, there might be a survey coming out to these parents, but we will have informational meetings when the time arises for that. The other thing is teachers came back to school today, so workshop is today, Tuesday and Wednesday. Our big district celebration kickoff is on Wednesday, and again, we encourage you as school board members to attend the breakfast. Welcome back at 7:30 with the program to follow at 8. So we're really excited about that, and going into this year, we feel it's going to be a great year. Any questions?
Thank you. Next on our action items, we have a nutrition joint powers agreement to approve. This was presented, did you want to say anything, Sandy? This was presented by our food service director at a work session meeting, and it's just allowing us to get some discounts on the food that we buy from area vendors.
Do we need to add Jordan into that? I mean, the joint approval is with Jordan, correct? Yes, do we?
It's in the,
Oh,
if you
okay.
read the,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
the thing that we're approving says,
Okay, okay, it just says
we're
nutritional.
adding on to Jordan.
Yeah, it doesn't
Is
say it in this.
Jordan
Okay,
the only one?
yes.
Yeah, Jordan's the only one. They went out for a bid for a prime vendor this year, and Kim would like to do that next year, but would like to take advantage of Jordan's bidding process this year.
I'll make a motion to approve the joint powers agreement with Jordan regarding the nutritional services.
Second.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Oh, I think it's a good plan.
Anything that saves us money is a good plan.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Next, we wanted to go over the superintendent evaluation. There is a copy of a summary that's on board docs if any of the board members want to review that. Sherry and I met with Tim last week to go over the evaluation. We had all 7 board members and 10 administrative staff fill out the surveys. Everyone responded. It was a good year last year, and we had good results from the survey. Continued to show a high level of satisfaction with Tim's performance. The overall rating from the administrative staff on all of the questions was a 4.5, and from the school board, it was a 4.7. And that's on a scale of 1 to 5, so very, a good review. Some of the question highlights that we pointed out, he is dependable and perseveres in difficult circumstances. This was asked by both groups. The average response was 4.75. Acts as a liaison between the community and the district and responds to concerns of parents, students, citizens, and staff to increase understanding of policies and practices. Average was 4.85. I guess I'll just go over a couple of these and people can read more if they want. Oversees all financial operations of the school district and prepares, presents, and recommends various budgets to the board. This question was just asked of the board. It got a 3.71 rating, and this was the only question that had an average rating of lower than 4 out of all the questions that were asked on the evaluation survey. One of the goals that Tim had set for this year was to successfully co-facilitate a task force that will make prioritized recommendations to the school board on future facility needs of the new Prague Area School District, and the board rating on this was a 5.0. The board is very pleased with how the facilities task force meeting all went and the referendum, and Tim did a great job and put in a lot of time to make that successful, both the task force and the referendum. You want to go over some of the comments?
Yes. And then some of the selected comments I'd like to read are, I'm impressed by his energy and commitment to being positive and treating others respectfully. Another comment, continue striving for excellence and making Independent School District our premier district. Excellent job in conveying information on the referendum to many groups. And another comment is, the relationship between our superintendent and community has never been better. And then at times, another one, he could slow down as he moves very quickly with ideas. Most of the time, that works, but sometimes it may pay to take it slower and bring everyone else along with him, was added. And then another comment is Tim's approach to supporting the new Prague Area schools is one that is proactive, positive, and transparent. I just want to add to a comment that's not on here, but one that was made is anytime that an issue, a concern, or even a comment was brought forward to Superintendent Dibberner, he addressed it he addressed it efficiently, on time, and with resolution, and that was very important. And I think we saw that displayed this year, and overall, last 2 years he's been superintendent. You guys want to add anything?
Oh, again, this summary is available for the community to see, correct, on board docs?
Yeah, this is on,
making sure.
the summary's on board docs.
Yeah, it's on right now.
Tim, I'd like to thank you for another year of hard work, and school district just keeps continuing to get better.
Well, thank you. It's I know the spotlight's on me on the evaluation here, but really the people that deserve credit are the people on the administrative team, the support staff, the teachers, everyone we have in the district, including yourselves. So, you know, I think it's a team effort, and it's always important to surround yourself with good people, and I definitely am working with some great people. So, thank you.
Thank you. Last item on our agenda is we need to enter into closed session for the purpose of contract negotiation.
I'll make a motion, we go into closed session.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.